Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the hybrid system. So it will be a hybrid system part 2. So in the last video I talked about using Revit, SketchUp, Lumion, Photoshop and AI. So now I'm going to be, if you don't know about it, then you can watch my previous video. So today I'm going to be talking about slightly different software, what you can implement today. So instead of using the software I mentioned in the previous video, you can use, I think you've heard about like using 3ds Max and Corner Render. Now I believe that they are kind of complex software to learn, but obviously I'm going to be breaking down on how I did it to make very good renders by using the hybrid system. So obviously that's for part 2 now. Okay, so what I did is I used first using SketchUp because SketchUp is actually easier. So you can create like very simple and very you can add furniture, you can add very simple shapes in SketchUp. It's very fast as well. And then I would export that into 3ds Max. So 3ds Max is for modeling to get some like more editing on the model before I render. And then I would go to using Corner Render. Obviously there's some hype around by using 3ds Max and Corner Render, so obviously it is a valuable skill to learn because especially us like 3D visualizers, companies are more asking about 3ds Max and Corner Render. So I believe that you should learn the software first before you implement into your own project or you do something for companies or clients, etc. Okay, so SketchUp, 3ds Max, Corner Render. Now, obviously, from Corner Render, you can go export from Corner Render, to Photoshop. So this is by, if you are rendering the Corner Render, you save as an EXR file. So this kind of like environmental lighting, corner sun, depends on what you use in the setup. And then you export that into Photoshop. And then you obviously in Photoshop you open the main render the main render image, and then what you're gonna do is, again, like I explained in the previous video, you go to File, Place Embedded, and then rest of the render files you put it inside, so it automatically fixes the position for you for the EXR file from Corner. Obviously you can edit anything in Photoshop, up to you. You can make it fancy, more a bit darker or lighter depending on the mood and the cinematic atmosphere that you want to use. And then obviously it is entirely optional. You can use Photoshop to AI. Like I said before, previous video, you can use Magnific AI just to enhance your render. Now let's talk about each of the software. So again, like I mentioned before, SketchUp, you can create very fast building, very fast decoration, etc. before you export it. You can edit the materials before you can edit the materials easily in SketchUp than 3ds Max. It's more user friendly, so I recommend that beginners start from SketchUp and then go to 3ds Max. Now make sure that you know your materials very well. If you don't know your materials, then there's no point to render your project. So I also mentioned in my last video about it. Yes, make sure that you have to know your materials, know your colors, know your forget about lighting for now. So it's just about the material, the interior or the exterior. But let's focus for interior right now. So beginners, please start with interior. Yeah, so make sure you know your materials, you know your furniture, definitely how to match it. Once you are completely happy with the SketchUp, then you export it to, I believe is the FBX file, so that is compatible with 3ds Max, even OBJ, but I believe that FBX is more high quality. So you export it from SketchUp FBX into 3ds Max. Now let's go to 3ds Max right now. So in 3ds Max, obviously you import the file FBX, then you edit it, and then in that 3ds Max you are going to enhance the lighting. So that's going to be Chronason if you're using V-Ray. I haven't used V-Ray, but it's a similar concept, so I use Corona Render. So basically this is by using Chronason and Corona Light. Obviously you can change the specific material that you want to use, and it really depends on the color or the materials that you used in SketchUp. So make sure you know your material fully well and where it's placed. And then also in 3ds Max you can change the texture on the flooring if you want to make it more shiny or more rough, like carpet, or shiny like a mirror, like reflection, etc. So basically what I do is that 3ds Max, my intention is only to edit the lightings, reflections and materials for 3ds Max, and I'm making sure that I'm completely happy with it. Now let's go on with Corona Render. Corona Render is a plugin that is used with 3ds Max. It's not really a separate software, so obviously you download the plugin and you can see it at the same time. Every time you make a movement, Corona moves as well. So it's very useful software for productivity render. And then Corona Render, again, you can change the lighting. You can see before it's actually rendered to make it good quality. Yes, so this is what I would do so far. Very simple stuff. Now what I'm going to do, after I'm completely happy with my view for render, etc., I am now going to export that to Photoshop. So that's going to be exporting to EXFR file, EXR. And then after that, I am going to open these files like I explained before, even in the previous video. I will edit them, sorry, to suit my needs, to make it more realistic. Obviously, use Photoshop only to make your render more prettier, not correct your render. So you correct your render around 3ds Max or SketchUp. I hope this makes sense. So SketchUp is to make a model, edit a model. 3ds Max, edit the model, like materials, etc., lightings. Photoshop, you enhance the render, obviously, to make it more prettier and fancy. Now let's go to AI. So your Magnific AI is just a very, very finer touch. It's optional, but it's actually give you good quality. It's not always 100% accurate if you're using people in your render. So by using AI, it's really make sure AI render, no, not AI render, it's using AI makes your render more sharper. Well, obviously, what I want you to do is just experiment. I've given you advice, I've given you what I did in my time, what I did in behind the scenes, what I'm doing. This is the exact step what I'm doing at the moment. Excuse me. So let's recap again. SketchUp, to model and edit the model, add furniture. 3ds Max, edit the lighting, materials, textures, and you can also use you can also import FBX models. I think it's called like 3ds Sky, I think, where you can download the models. I will only allow you to download these FBX files from 3ds Sky because some of the models are not available in SketchUp, so I will allow you to download and import them into 3ds Max FBX file. Now, obviously, if you're happy with that, then go to Corona Render, make some changes. If you're very happy with your render, make it more realistic, then convert to Photoshop, EXR, File, edit it, and then go to AI. AI is optional, but it's up to you. The reason why I am explaining the hybrid system to you is because, let's say, companies ask you to learn so many software, and it's impossible to learn so many different software, right? Or you have to learn, let's say, 3ds Max full and then Corona Render full, then SketchUp full is kind of like a huge waste of time and money. So using my system, learning a bit of each software, you'll get used to it over time and you'll master it. And I believe that it will help you make good renders for you. This is what nobody really talks about. They only talks about, let's say, SketchUp and then to Lumion or 3ds Max and Corona Render. So nobody really talks about the system that I use, the hybrid system, like using SketchUp and then 3ds Max and then Corona, Photoshop and AI. And I also talked about the part 1 of the hybrid system in the previous video by using Revit, SketchUp, Lumion, Photoshop and AI. So yeah, I hope that this makes sense. So if you are interested in working with me, I will leave a link down below so that you can have a chat with me. And if you are interested to have coaching with me, and at the moment I'm looking for 5 people to coach so that I can help them enhance their renders. So yeah, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and please like, comment and subscribe. And if you are interested in have coaching with me, I leave a link down below so we can have a chat to see how we can make your render happen. So yeah, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.